Hey guys, Sev the Assassin here. Today, I'm going to be teaching you how to pick a lock. As you can clearly see here, the lock has springs attached to little pins, alright? You can see the little spring that pushes up the lock. Right here, you see the normal lock piece. Basically, this is a transparent lock, and I'm going to lock pick it, and I'm going to show you how it works. Now, you could buy this on eBay. Get a lock. Get a leather case for your pins, picks. Sorry. Get your two keys for the lock, which we're not going to be using at all. Get a two-sided tension wrench. I'm sure you can see that. Well, anyways, you get a one of these. You know, like honestly, I kind of don't really know how to use it, but you get another tension wrench with one flat side. You know, so you can bend it to your will if you need to, and a whole bunch of picks. Alright, now I'm gonna unlock it with each and every one of these and see how fast my time could be, while also showing you how to pick it. So first, you want to choose your tension wrench. I'm gonna use a two-sided one because, you know, I've been using it a lot, and you don't want to wear out your tension wrench too fast. So right here, as you can see, it's kind of like a spearhead. What you want to do is you want to stick it in. Well, first you want to put your tension wrench right here and give it a little bit of pressure, just a little bit, not too much. And then you're gonna stick your pick inside the hole, and you're gonna move it up and down until you rake it. And what this is basically doing, as you can see there, is it's kind of pushing up the pins. I'm sorry about the camera, guys. It gets a little blurry because I still need to fix it. And just play with it until you get it open, you know? You want the springs up here to line up. Alright, so there's one pick down. And it's some people think it's hard, you know, some people can't really do it. Here's the second spearhead. It's a little bit bigger, and it has like a little, this piece goes farther back instead, kind of like an arrow. Yeah. So you're just basically trying to get the feel for it, you know. You put the thing in, you know, wiggle it around. Yeah, you see, basically what there is there's two sets of pins. You see, these ones are visible with the springs. I mean, now they are with the normal lock. They are not. Then there's a second set of pins inside this bar right here. What you're doing is you want to get the first layer of pins up without messing up the seconds. And all locks are like these. Every lock that you can buy is like this. Well, most locks. There have been a few made in other countries that don't have like things like this. They could go around in circles and all shit. It's pretty weird and cool. And yeah, so put your tension wrench. You always need a tension wrench. It's good to buy a couple extra in case you ever break your tension wrench. Right here, we have one of the oldies. You know, you usually see this like this kind of one in video games. Like, there's a couple of them like it. You have like 3 that are like that. You have these 3 that are like them. You know, but these are the kind you usually see in video games. You know, where like you see the lock picker, like, you know, when you're trying to open something, see them sticking like the one like that, and that one's basically just to pluck it, you know, like at each spring, you know, which works pretty well, you know. I'm not gonna lie. There. And also, I should mention, when you're using your tension wrench, you don't want to use it like push too hard, because then you're gonna get the second pins up, and you don't want the second pins up. You only want the first ones up. Get the second pins up. See, you're not gonna be able to see this all the time. You know, I don't even look at it anymore. You know, I already got the feel for it. But you don't want to, you know, get the second layer of pins up, and sometimes it does happen. So what you want to do is, like, when you're like using it, you know, you have your thing in there, you're wiggling around. You know, you're trying to figure it out what it is. So push one up. See, like, you can't really see it right now, but what happens is I push a couple up right here, and it gets locked up there because the tension wrench is holding these pins in place. Right? They're trying to hold like the first layer of pins on top, while keeping the second layer of pins that don't drop. But sometimes the second layer of pins drop as well. You don't really want that. So what you want to do is just jiggle it around while you're in there and just kind of pull it in and out, you know? And what's doing is basically making a raking motion. And yeah, you know, it does a pretty good job for the most part. That one. And you know, each pin is different, you know? You just have to get the feel for it, you know? Like, I had all my friends try to use this. Took them a couple tries, but when I taught them, they got the hang of it. But I want to bring like a real lock tomorrow and see how they do, you know? That one, this one's just a normal triangle, which works pretty well because like the arrowheads you can only push in. You can't really pull out because it messes up with the trigger, the pins. This one, it goes in and out, no problem, because it's diagonal. When I first started, though, on the picking locks, I used this one, the little snowman, you know? That's what people call it. Yeah, just a little joke between other YouTubers. Anyways, but this one is good because you're just going in and out, and you're basically just pushing the pins up and down, you know? Alright? Go. This one is my favorite, though. Like, it's kind of like a normal key, except, like, you know, this one, I just push it in, wiggle it back and forth, like this. You know? See, if you could tell, I'm just, like, going left to right here, and going a little up and down. Because what most people do is they get all of them, like, lined up, except for this first one. The first one right here usually gets pushed up higher because that's how it, you know, it does, you know, because it's closer towards the end, and they have a habit of pushing it up higher when it's not supposed to be. But yeah. Keep an eye out for. I'm also gonna be using this to get maybe some old houses or something like that, and like not houses like people that live in, but like old like stores and all stuff. Maybe make a video of that, like stuff that's collapsing and etc. I've seen a lot of YouTubers that have done it, and it looks pretty interesting. So if you guys want that, you know, please like let me know in the comments. You know, because I wouldn't mind doing that. Okay, alright, let me show you first. That was kind of fast. Let's see if I can copy that. So sometimes you just like the luck of the draw, you know? You did it like people could do this really fast, you know? I could do a couple of these pretty fast, you know? But it depends on which one it is, you know? But it's a pretty fun thing to do. Well, that's all of them, man. All of those. And everyone, like I said, has their preference. Like me personally, it's this one. But on a smaller locks, this one doesn't really do it as good. But for long locks like this, you can just stick it in there, and you know, you just wiggle it around, and there you go. Now, if you do want to see a second one on this, I'm gonna get one for car locks, and I'm gonna, you know, maybe try it out on my car or something like that. See if I could open it without breaking the alarm. If you guys want to see that, please leave a like. Please leave a suggestion if you want to see anything else on my channel.